country royalty including Dolly Parton, Reba McEntire, and Carrie Underwood paid tribute to the icon Loretta Lynn, who died on Tuesday at age 90. It was announced on Tuesday that Lynn, the Kentucky coal miner's daughter whose frank songs about life and love as a woman in Appalachia pulled her out of poverty and made her a pillar of country music, had passed away. Fellow country music legend Dolly, who was in supergroup Honky Tonk Angels with Loretta and Tammy Wynette, led the stars who took to social media to pay tribute to the megastar. The 76-year-old Jolene hitmaker released a statement on Twitter which read, "So sorry to hear about my sister, friend Loretta. We've been like sisters all the years we've been in Nashville, and she was a wonderful human being, wonderful talent, had millions of fans and I'm one of them. I will miss her dearly, as we all will. May she rest in peace." Reba, 67, took to her Instagram to share a snap of herself in an embrace with Loretta with a lengthy caption which began, "Mama and Loretta Lynn were 4 years apart, Mama being the oldest. They always reminded me a lot of each other. Strong women, who loved their children and were fiercely loyal. Now they're both in heaven getting to visit and talk about how they were raised, how different country music is now from what it was when they were young. Sure makes me feel good that Mama went first so she could welcome Loretta into the hollers of heaven. I always did and I always will love Loretta. She was always so nice to me. I sure appreciate her paving the rough and rocky road for all us girl singers." Carrie, 39, shared a snap of the music icon along with a caption beginning with an anecdote about the first time they met, which began, "The first time I met Loretta Lynn was at the Grand Ole Opry at beginning of my career. I was chatting in the corner with another artist and someone walked behind me and smacked me on the rear end. I turned around and there she was, in a big sparkly dress, laughing as she continued to walk down the hall at what she had just done. This is one of my most favorite stories to tell. I think it sums up her personality pretty well. She was a cantankerous little pistol, friendly and sweet, never afraid to be herself and speak her mind." Carrie went on to reflect on what it was like performing in front of her and on her relationship with Loretta. She continued, "Over the years, I have had the honor of singing for her, and also with her, in some of the most special moments of my career. She is irreplaceable. She will be incredibly missed, but her legacy lives on in those of us whom she has influenced. I am truly grateful to have known such an amazing woman and artist. Thank you, Loretta, for showing us how it's done. May you rest in peace in the arms of Jesus and add your heavenly voice to the angel choir. Love you." Miranda Lambert shared a gallery of snaps with the legend and the caption, "Am so heartbroken to hear about Loretta's passing. She was so kind to me and she blazed so many trails for all of us girls in country music. Thanks you for all the songs. Miss you. Fly high." Brooke Shields, 57, also paid tribute as she shared a selfie while showing off a stunning ring gifted to her by Loretta. She wrote, "Loretta Lynn gave me this ring of hers many moons ago and I've cherished it ever since. Rest in peace. We will all miss you so dearly." Red heart emoji. Several other stars also took to social media to pay tribute to Lynn, including George Strait, Martina McBride, Tim McGraw, Casey Musgraves, Billy Ray Cyrus, Zooey Deschanel, Blake Shelton, and Sheryl Crow. This came just hours after a statement provided to the Associated Press in which Lynn's family said she died Tuesday at her home in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. Lynn already had 4 children before launching her career in the early 1960s, and her songs reflected her pride in her rural Kentucky background. Her biggest hits came in the 1960s and 70s, including Coal Mine's Daughter, You Ain't Woman Enough, The Pill, Don't Come Home a Drinkin', With Lovin' on Your Mind, Rated X and You're Looking at Country. She was also portrayed by Sissy Spacek in the 1980 movie Coal Miner's Daughter based on the singer's best-selling book. She was a Grammy, ACM and CMA winner. In 2013 she was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Barack Obama. During the ceremony, Obama said Lynn gave voice to a generation, singing what no one wanted to talk about and saying what no one wanted to think about. As a songwriter, she crafted a persona of a defiantly tough woman, a contrast to the stereotypical image of most female country singers. The Country Music Hall of Famer wrote fearlessly about sex and love, cheating husbands, divorce and birth control, and sometimes got in trouble with radio programmers for material from which even rock performers once shied away. She was known for appearing in floor-length, wide gowns with elaborate embroidery or rhinestones, many created by her longtime personal assistant and designer Tim Cobb. Her honesty and unique place in country music was rewarded. She was the first woman ever named Entertainer of the Year at the genre's 2 major awards shows, first by the Country Music Association in 1972 and then by the Academy of Country Music 3 years later. It was what I wanted to hear and what I knew other women wanted to hear, too, Lynn told the AP in 2016. I didn't write for the men, I wrote for us women. And the men loved it, too. Loretta was the eldest daughter and second child born to Clara Marie and Melvin Theodore Ted Webb, who shared 8 total. Her father was a coal miner and subsistence farmer who died at age 52 of black lung disease in February 1959. In 1969, she released her autobiographical Coal Miner's Daughter, which helped her reach her widest audience yet. We were poor but we had love / that's the one thing Daddy made sure of / he shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar, she sang. Coal Miner's Daughter, also the title of her 1976 book, was made into a 1980 movie of the same name. Sissy Spacek's portrayal of Lynn won her an Academy Award and the film was also nominated for Best Picture. Long after her commercial peak, Lynn won 2 Grammys in 2005 for her album Van Lero's, which featured 13 songs she wrote, including Portland, Oregon about a drunken one-night stand. Van Lero's was a collaboration with rocker Jack White, who produced the album and played the guitar parts. Born Loretta Webb, she claimed her birthplace was Butcher Holler, near the coal mining company town of Van Leer in the mountains of East Kentucky. There really wasn't a Butcher Holler, however. She later told a reporter that she made up the name for the purposes of the song based on the names of the families that lived there. Her daddy played the banjo, her mama played the guitar, and she grew up on the songs of the Carter family. I was singing when I was born, I think, she told the AP in 2016. Daddy used to come out on the porch where I would be singing and rocking the babies to sleep. He'd say, "Loretta, shut that big mouth. People all over this holler can hear you." And I said, "Daddy, what difference does it make? They are all my cousins." She wrote in her autobiography that she was 13 when she got married to Oliver Mooney Lynn, but the AP later discovered state records that showed she was 15. Tommy Lee Jones played Mooney Lynn in the biopic. Her husband, whom she called Do or Doolittle, urged her to sing professionally and helped promote her early career. With his help, she earned a recording contract with Decca Records, later MCA, and performed on the Grand Ole Opry stage. Lynn wrote her first hit single, I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, released in 1960. She also teamed up with singer Conway Twitty to form one of the most popular duos in country music with hits such as Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man and After the Fire Is Gone, which earned them a Grammy Award. Their duets, and her single records, were always mainstream country and not crossover or pop-tinged. The Academy of Country Music chose her as the Artist of the Decade for the 1970s, and she was elected to the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1988. In Fist City, Lynn threatens a hair-pulling fistfight if another woman won't stay away from her man. I'm here to tell you, gal, to lay off of my man / if you don't want to go to Fist City. That strong-willed but traditional country woman reappears in other Lynn songs. In The Pill, a song about sex and birth control, Lynn writes about how she's sick of being trapped at home to take care of babies. The feelin' good comes easy now / since I've got the pill, she sang. She moved to Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, outside of Nashville, in the 1990s, where she set up a ranch complete with a replica of her childhood home and a museum that is a popular roadside tourist stop. The dresses she was known for wearing are there, too. Lynn knew that her songs were trailblazing, especially for country music, but she was just writing the truth that so many rural women like her experienced. I could see that other women was going through the same thing, 'cause I worked the clubs. I wasn't the only one that was living that life and I'm not the only one that's gonna be living today what I'm writing, she told the AP in 1995. Even into her later years, Lynn never seemed to stop writing, scoring a multi-album deal in 2014 with Legacy Records, a division of Sony Music Entertainment. In 2017, she suffered a stroke that forced her to postpone her shows. In early 2021, she released her incredible 50th album titled Still Woman Enough at the age of 89. She credited her grind mentality to her longevity as she told Esquire in 2007, "Working keeps you young. I ain't ever gonna stop. And when I do, it's gonna be right on stage." That'll be it. Lynn and her husband were married nearly 50 years before he died in 1996. They had 6 children, Betty, Jack, Ernest, and Clara, and then twins Patsy and Peggy. She had 17 grandchildren and 4 step-grandchildren.